Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to the segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day, the recitation. Gauri Mahalla Tija, Man hi man Savaria, Pੈ sehj subhai, Sabad man rangaya livilai, Nij ghar vassaya Prabh ki rajai. Satgur seviya jai abhaman, Gobind paiyੈ guni nidhan rahau. Man bairagi ਜਾਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਭਉ ਖਾਏ, ਮੇਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਨਿਰਮਲਾ ਸਭ ਤੇ ਰਹੇ ਸਮਾਏ। ਗੁਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਤੇ ਮਿਲੈ ਮਿਲਾਏ, ਹਰ ਦਾਸਨ ਕੋ ਦਾਸ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਏ। ਮੇਰਾ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਇਨ ਬਿਦ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾਏ, ਹਰ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਤੇ ਰਾਮ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਏ। ਤ੍ਰਿਗ ਬਹੁ ਜੀਵਨ ਜਿਤ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਨ ਲਗੈ ਪਿਆਰ, ਤ੍ਰਿਗ ਸੇਜ ਸੁਖਾਲੀ ਕਾਮਨ ਮੋਹ ਗੁਬਾਰ। ਤਿਨ ਸਫਲ ਜਨਮ ਜਿਨ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ, ਤ੍ਰਿਗ ਤ੍ਰਿਗ ਗ੍ਰਹਿ ਕੁਟੰਬ ਜਿਤ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਨ ਹੋਏ। ਸੋਈ ਹਮਾਰਾ ਮੀਤ ਜੋ ਹਰ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵੇ ਸੋਈ, ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਬਿਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਅਵਰ ਨ ਕੋਈ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਹਮ ਗਤ ਪਤ ਪਾਈ, ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਤੇ ਆਇਆ ਦੁਖ ਸਗਲ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਸਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਲਿਵ ਲਾਈ, ਗੁਰ ਮਿਲਿਐ हमको शरीर सुध पई। हउमੈ तृष्णा सब अगन बुझाई, बिनसे क्रोध खिमा गह लई। हर आपे कृपा करे नाम देवै, गुरमुख रतन को विरला लेवै। नानक गुण गावै हर अलख अपेवै। Guru Amar Das, the third Nanak, instructing us on how to transform the mind. Satgur seviya jai abhiman, Govind paiyẹ guni nidhan. That is the key. Satgur seviya, wisdom, the inculcation of good wisdom, is the beginning, the middle, and the end of everything in Sikhi. The Satgur is as a principle of knowledge, as an idea, as a notion, is something that is extremely essential to understand as to what it is. And just as a suggestion, a Satgur literally means true enlightenment or true enlightener, because Sat is that which is always present, perpetual existence. Gur at the end of the day, as opposed to Guru, is also a method, a technique, which is come down to us from the Creator itself. If you look at the Mool Mantra, you will find that one of the attributes or one of the qualities listed there is Gur Prasad, that it is the primal teacher. It is indeed the knowledge that it wishes to dispense and give. So it is extremely important to understand how do we tap into this wisdom or this knowledge. And the Guru is saying, Satgur Seviya. Seviya is to serve, which means to follow. So that should be clear enough. Jai Abhiman. When you do that, then self-conceit is relinquished. You lose your self-conceit. So here's the key. What is happening is that Guru wisdom, Satgur, actually enables you to transcend the ego, the I-ness. And then it says Govindapaya. And then you access the self, Guni Nidhan, which is the treasure trove of qualities. So, through wisdom, through knowledge, to access your own essence and to develop virtues, to express your essence through virtues, through qualities in your life. How is that done? Man hi man Savaria, a-sabad-a-day. Bhay means fear, literally, fear of the Creator. But that doesn't quite deliver the message. To inculcate fear simply means to adopt a stance of reverence, of awe towards the universe surrounding you. It has to arouse in you a sense of awe, because that is the beginning of knowledge. You don't feel awe, you don't feel curious about the world around you, well, you're not going to gain any knowledge about it because you won't be interested. So, man hi man Savaria per sahaj subhaye. Sahaj subhaye, sahaj, spontaneously, with ease. This process will happen very spontaneously when you draw on that wisdom. And the beauty is that it is the mind that will mold itself into the self, so to speak. Man hi man Savaria. So man is mentioned here 2 times, once as a singular with an ankar, which suggests, is from other such instances in Gurbani, that it's referring to the lower and the higher mind. So you see, all of this transformation and all of this process is happening in the mind. It's noetic. So when the mind is applied with concentration, sabad man rangya, live a lie. When it is applied with concentration to the teaching of Gur Sabad, it becomes imbued with the color of love or the self. So you see, the color of that wisdom imbues you. You become like that wisdom. And this molding is happening within the mind. And then, when the molding and shaping happens, the mind returns with natural ease to its innate state, which is that reverence and that harmony. Sahaj Subhai. And that happens when the ego is dispensed with. So you see how the process works. This is the crux of this passage. The rest is elaboration on this. So the Guru says, the mind achieves a state of non-attachment, man bairagi. Non-attachment comes when the ego is rescinded. Only then will there be reverence for the sabad. Sabad khai. Khai means to eat, literally. But when you absorb the message of the sabad, which is the message of the good wisdom, then it results in non-attachment, which is also a giving up of the ego sense. Because he says, Mera Prabh Nirmala. Nirmala is pure, free of impurity. What is the impurity? The ego. How mein? Mera Prabh Nirmala, sabte rahe samaye. It now identifies with the self that is without attachment, that is free of ego. Mera Prabh Nirmala sab te raha samaya, unattached but all pervading. And you find the self, Gur Kirpa te milya milaye. The favor of good wisdom is what makes that happen. Then not only how do you comprehend, how do you fathom the meaning of the Sabad? By apprenticing yourself to true devotees. Har dasan ko das sukh paaye. This is a hint. Go to the Guru. And then the wisdom of the self will be grasped. In their company, learn to cultivate the virtues of the self and attain well-being. Har dasan ko das sukh paaye. Mera har prabh in bid paya jaye. That is how you find oneness with the self. And then there are two passages which lament the state of our existence. And the Guru says, worthless is a long and comfortable life that is afflicted with desire, attachment, and ignorance. Treg bahu jeevan, jit har naam na lage pyar. Treg sej sukhali, kaman moh gvar. Tir safal janam jin naam adar. Here is the successful life. A life well lived belongs to those who make self-knowledge their guide. And more of the same. Worthless, he says, is attachment to household and family if not accompanied by the love of self, meaning if not accompanied by wisdom. Treg kreh kutumb. Family, household, jit, where har preet na hoye, where there is no love of wisdom. Soi hamara meet, the beloved is my friend. The self is my true friend, as are those who cultivate the virtues of the self. Soi hamara meet, jo har gun gaave, soi. Here's the double meaning of soi hamara meet. Har naam bina main avar na koi. I do not recognize anything other than the self. So it is the Satgur from the true enlightener that I have obtained the discernment to achieve freedom by fixing my awareness on self-knowledge. The Guru speaking. By contemplating self-knowledge, all obstacles gave way, fell aside, and lasting bliss was experienced. Satgur te hum gat pat pai. Gat discernment to achieve freedom. Gat is freedom. It also means motion, but gat means freedom. Hum gat pai. Pat, through discernment, through awareness. So the Guru teaches you intuitive awareness. You cultivate your intuition in order to be aware of the self within you. And so here Guru Amar Das says, Satgur, that principle within us of knowledge. Not only that, but Gur miliya humko sarir suddha hui bahi. From Gur wisdom, I became intuitively attuned to the body as well. Because you experience everything through the body. Haume trisna sab agar bujhai. I learned to extinguish the ego haume and its cravings and addictions. Anger was banished, binse krodh, and the quality of forgiveness developed. Hari aap kripa kare naam deve, gurmukh ratan ko virla leve, nanak gun gave, har alakh apeve. In conclusion, the heart self is compassionate. It bestows its wisdom freely, but it is the rare Gurmukh, Ko Virla, who turns to Gur wisdom, Gurmukh, for the precious jewel of self-knowledge. Ratan. But Nanak sings to that herself who is unseen and whose mysteries are unfathomable. On that note, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.